Hello, welcome back to our series on doing quality shoots of real estate for real estate sales and real estate properties. And today we're going to be tackling every real estate photographer's favorite room in the house, the bathroom. Let's get into it. So, as we've been shooting the property, it's really important to start thinking about framing and focal length first. Most of your cameras are going to come with something that's about 24 millimeter at its wide angle, 24 to 70, 24 to 105, 24 to 120. If you shoot with an APS-C camera, then your camera probably came with a lens that's an 18 to 55, 18 to 135, 18 to 140. Now, angle of view of 18 millimeters on APS-C is the same as 24 millimeter on full frame. So we're really dealing with the same numbers here effectively, and we need to be wider than that. So let me give you an idea of what I'm on about just to start with. So I'm going to start trying to shoot this bathroom here, and we're going to take our first shot at 24 millimeter, and I'm going to focus that in. And I'm going to shoot that. So this is going to be at 24 millimeter, which is about the widest angle you can expect to find coming with a camera. And the next thing that we're going to do here is I'm going to shoot that same room now at 16 millimeter. So the lens I'm working with right now is a 16 to 35. If you're shooting real estate, you have to have something wide angle like this. 16 to 35 millimeter, fantastic. If you shoot APS-C, it needs to be like a 10 to 24, 10 to 18. You're going to be working in that 10 millimeter to 12 millimeter, and with full frame 16 to 18 millimeter, a lot. That's how you're going to capture a room. Because there are a couple rules I like to go by when it comes to framing. The first rule is that I like to shoot from the corners so that I can see kind of what the room feels like, its scope and its shape. The second thing that I like to try to do is make sure that I have walls, opposing walls inside of the frame. This gives the viewer an idea of the scale of a room. If I only see one wall in the corner, I don't really know how far the room goes side to side. So I need to frame the shot so that I see these walls inside of the room and give the viewer an idea of what that room really looks like. Now, when you're shooting bathrooms, this is a reasonably sized bathroom, but we're going to be shooting this from a couple different angles here. And what we're going to find is that there are some angles where we just absolutely need to be shooting incredibly wide just to be able to see what we're looking at, because the room really can be only that wide across. Nothing significant at all. And one other rule I like to go by is I shoot every room from a multiple of angles. That way you could walk into it from several different doors to know what it feels like. And I just shot a room that has a desk built into one corner. Well, the door can't see the desk. So you have to shoot that room from both directions. I shoot hallways from both directions because a good shoot going through a house, you should be able to kind of navigate the whole house just by those images and know one room linking to another. So we need to shoot wide, we need to shoot from multiple angles. So we're going to get started here, and I'm going to be trying to shoot this bathroom at a variety of angles, getting a shower, getting a toilet, getting a sink, all of it recorded accurately. All right, so here we go. So this is a perfect example of what I'm on about. Now, normally I like shooting everything in a real estate shot from about eye height so you can get an idea of what the property looks like from your point of view when you walk in. But here I'm trying to get a toilet and the sink all inside of one frame. And I am shooting at 16 millimeter to make this happen. And there's really no way that I can get this shot with any other focal length with something very, very wide. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Let's go ahead and shoot this. Now, I'm going to focus on the sink there. And now let's go ahead and do the shoot. Well, a couple things. The first is you saw that I did bracket that image. I've got this window right back there. and there's no way that I can get this shot except by bracketing it. I could do a manual exposure, but it's just so dark in this bathroom. The camera that I'm shooting with here is shooting at 4000 ISO just to be able to get me. That I really felt that I needed to bracket this shot. And 16mm was essential to be able to get this. So that's what I've got there. And now I'm going to keep shooting. Here we go. So I just had another interesting experience there. As I was trying to get this shot of the two sinks, I could see my camera in the reflection of the large mirror here. So I had to pull the camera out of the way to be able to get the shot. And that's something you're going to find in bathrooms. And it's going to require some creative camera positioning. The wider you shoot, the more you're able to push yourself into a corner. This is another time when shooting with a timer series or bracketing that continues on is really good, because it allows you to push the camera to the wall and start the series and not physically be behind the tripod. That'll allow you to pull the whole camera farther back. So anyway, a couple things that we've learned about shooting in most environments is shooting at eye level, trying to see the walls, shooting wide to see the full scope of a room. In a bathroom, we really need to be shooting as wide as possible. And we're going to need to change eye height of the camera to be able to see different things. And we're also going to need to be able to push the camera to some creative places. If you're looking at a camera as a realtor, the camera is secondary. The lens is what's important. If someone was telling me that they wanted to just shoot pictures of property because they're a realtor, I'd tell them the lens first. The camera, completely secondary. It's got to be as wide as possible, and I don't care what its aperture is. I'm shooting these at f8, just like I'm shooting everything else today at f8. So really, if it's a 2.8 or an f4 lens, it's completely irrelevant to me. Anyway, I hope that that's helpful as you're shooting different rooms, particularly small rooms in properties. As always, if it was helpful, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for taking your time. I'll see you next time. Bye.